Hopefully.
For camera 3. For camera 3.
Yay!
Live from Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas, it's KSWU News.
Hi everyone and welcome to KSWU News. I'm Carly Willis.
And I'm Kara Potasio. Today on the show, the U.S. illiteracy rate hasn't changed in over 10 years. Today we'll talk to a woman who is trying to help change help those who are illiterate in her community.
Also, we'll give you some updates on the MLB playoffs and how important it is for one local team.
But first, the first patient diagnosed with Ebola in the U.S. has died. Thomas Eric Duncan, a native of Liberia, died at Dallas Hospital Wednesday morning. Duncan had been in Texas visiting family for about 4 days before he started having symptoms. Doctors initially treated his flu-like sickness with medication and he was released. He was readmitted to Dallas Presbyterian Hospital days later and never recovered. Liberian authorities say he lied on a questionnaire about having contact with an infected patient before flying to the United States. Family members say Thomas Duncan was 42. U.S. authorities are responding to the Ebola outbreak starting this weekend. America's airports will begin screening body temperatures of passengers arriving from countries with Ebola. With the sixth season upon us, a smartphone app aims to fight sickness. A new app called Sick Weather warns you when you're ventured near a reported case of the flu. Smartphone users can set alerts to allergies, respiratory diseases, or dozens of other illnesses. You can look at a national map in case you're traveling and even see how cases are spreading or moving over the time of the Sick Radar. The Sick Weather app scans Facebook and Twitter feeds as well as CDC data to update the news on sickness. The Sick Weather app also lets you anonymously report your own illness to add to the database. Creators say the more people use it, the more accurate the app becomes.
Starbucks is sending 1,000 employees to college next week. They are the first wave of workers who will get online classes at Arizona State University. All or part of tuition will be paid for by the coffee chain. The benefit program was announced last June. It works out to as much as $15,000 a year for each of them. Employees are not required to stay with the company after receiving degrees. Starbucks says it is an investment, but the effort is also working as a recruitment tool. Starbucks said that about 8,000 of the job applicants it has received since the program's announcement mentioned in their essay that the program was the reason they applied. 70% of the Starbucks 135,000 employees don't have college degrees. With Veterans Day almost a month away, the Washburn Law Clinic is hosting a one-day event to give back to vets. The clinic will be at 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday in the first floor commons of the Washburn Law Building. And that's the news for right now. Let's go to Fatima Obaid with the weather.
All right, thanks, Carly. All right, starting out on the west coast, we have a high pressure system rolling through, and down on the southwest coast, low pressure system causing some rain and thunderstorms, making Arizona have some possible flash flood warnings. Moving on to the Midwest, over here we have some low pressure systems traveling through with a few showers in the St. Louis area. Luckily for the southeast, they're kind of experiencing some calm weather. Up north, temperatures, and down south, heat 90 degrees. So, and up in Canada, it is which is traveling slowly down toward the U.S. And that's the weather for now. Go to Trevin with sports.
Thanks, Fatima. It's the start of a new season. It's hope springs eternal. Every NHL team is 0-0 and anything can happen. Tonight, the puck will drop to begin the 2014-2015 NHL season. As teams like Edmonton, Florida, and Buffalo look to rebound from yet another poor season last year, teams like Chicago, New York, and the defending champ Los Angeles Kings look to continue their dominance. No matter how last season ended for each team, 2014 is a new start, and that start begins tonight. 8 teams look to start the season off right, but as we know, only 4 will be successful, and the other 4 will start the season from behind. Not only are teams playing to start the season off right, but the 4 games tonight are played by fierce rivals. The games are highlighted by maybe the most intense rivalry in the league, Philadelphia-Boston at 6:30 on the NBC Sports Network. But first, Toronto hosts Montreal at 6 on TSN. The late slate of games both start at 9. TSN will have Vancouver at Calgary, while NBCSN airs San Jose at Los Angeles. The Kings were down 0-3 in the playoff series with San Jose last season, but they came back and won the series before making the Stanley Cup winning run. Now from the opening day of one sport to the Final Four of another. The Final 4 teams in the MLB playoffs are set. On one side of the bracket, you have 2 teams that have been in the position many, many times. In the last 4 seasons, in fact, only 2 different teams have represented the National League in the World Series, and this season won't be any different. The San Francisco Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals will square off again in the NLCS. St. Louis played in the World Series last season, but lost to the Red Sox. Then on the other side of the bracket, you have 2 teams that haven't had any postseason success in a long time. The Baltimore Orioles and the Kansas City Royals will face off in the ALCS for a chance to play in the World Series. The Royals haven't won a World Series since 1985, and the Orioles haven't taken the trophy since 1983. Neither team made the playoffs last season. The O's last playoff appearance was in 2012, but the Royals fans, on the other hand, have waited many more years than that. 2014 has brought excitement to Kansas City and the surrounding area that hasn't been felt in 29 years. Many Royals fans have waited a long time to experience postseason baseball.
I've been a Royals fan since I was probably 5 years old. My grandparents, once a year, if I was good that year, they'd get me out of school in the spring at noon and bring me and my cousin down to a baseball game. I'd go with Grandma and Grandpa, and that's really where my love for the team really started.
One thing about Kansas City fans, though, no matter how much pain and struggle you put them through, they will remain loyal and will be there to celebrate the good times.
Man, it's always been fun. I love just going to a baseball game, but now that it means something, it's almost unexplainable. You know, there's an excitement inside that has never been there before, so trying to put it into words it's impossible unless you're here.
And many fans were there, as more than 40,000 came out to watch their boys in blue sweep the Angels. It has finally given the fans of this generation something to call their own. Stories that they can tell instead of only being able to listen to stories of the past.
I was born in 1983, so my dad and my uncle would talk about going to the World Series, and I mean, it's always just been something that I've known has happened, but I've never seen it. I knew some good Royals teams when I was younger, but of course in 1994, when the strike happened, David Glass, bought the team, and it's been downhill ever since then. And now finally, Dayton Moore has put together an unbelievable product. He probably deserves to be mayor of Kansas City.
While it's unlikely that Dayton Moore will become the mayor of Kansas City, he has fielded a team and a staff that he can be proud of. But that pride can't compare to the pride in the heart of every Royals fan in the country. I'm Trevin Edelman for KSWU Sports. The ALCS will start on Friday at 7:07 from Camden Yards in Baltimore, and the NLCS will get underway on Saturday at 7 from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Back to Carly and Kara.
Thank you, Trevin. When we come back, listen to us about a high-caliber student org that's making big changes here on campus.
We'll be back right after this.
I'm Dr. Alan Behrman, Professor of History and Dean of University Libraries. My job is to push my students, to get them to believe they can accomplish great things, and then to give them the intellectual abilities to go off and accomplish those things.
nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Discover how Missouri students can save more than $13,000 a year on tuition. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that's competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn more.
Washburn really is what brought me to the top. The professors brought out my strongest academic side and really have a focus on teaching students how to learn. I don't think that I would be where I am today without Washburn University.
Washburn is an excellent school. It has an excellent reputation no matter where you are.
After I took the tour, I knew Washburn was everything I was looking for.
Campus life was awesome. I made so many great friends.
At Washburn, I had real professors and small classes.
I'm proud to be in Ichabod. When I came to Washburn University, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and they helped me find my passion for my career. Because of Washburn University, I've gotten excellent career opportunities. I would definitely not be the person I am today if I hadn't gone to Washburn.
Discover how Missouri students can save thousands on tuition. Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that is competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Washburn Review, www.washburnreview.org.
Hi, and welcome back to KSWU News. I'm Kara Protasio. Joining us today is Lisa Hammer. She's the Vice President of the Topeka Literacy Council. Thank you so much for joining us, Lisa.
Thank you for having me.
So could you tell us a little bit about the Topeka Literacy Council and what it does?
Sure. The Topeka Literacy Council has actually been around since 1967. We provide free one-on-one tutoring for adults who want to improve their English language skills. We work with both non-native speakers and native speakers of English. So if they want to improve their reading and writing skills, we can provide them a tutor. Also basic math skills. We also provide tutors in that area.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the workshops that you host throughout the year?
Sure. Twice a year in the spring and fall, we have tutor training workshops, which train people in the community to work with those adults who want to improve their reading and writing skills. In fact, we have them in the spring and the fall. And in fact, we just finished a workshop. It was September 20th and 27th, 2 consecutive Saturdays. And so we now have 7 new tutors who are available to work with adults in our community.
Okay. And where do you guys usually meet?
Our workshops are held in the Doorstep Building, which is 1119 Southwest 10th Avenue, the southeast corner of that intersection. We have our workshops there, and our office is also located there. And we also have 2 rooms available for our tutors and students to meet in that location.
So as Vice President, what are kind of the responsibilities that you have with this Topeka Council?
Well, right now there is no president of the council.
Okay.
So as the ranking member, I guess, or officer of the organization, I look at funding opportunities. I also work with our public relations, so I try to reach out to media outlets such as yours to get the word out there about the council, the work we do to recruit tutors, but also to let people know that we're available if they feel they need to work on their reading and writing skills.
Okay, so you guys are currently looking for a president?
Yeah, well, my term will end next summer, and so I'm deciding whether I will stand for the election to be president. We'll see.
Okay. Now, what are some of the responsibilities of your tutors? What do they have to do?
Well, after they attend the workshop and are certified in the Lobach method, which is the teaching method we use, they are then matched by our student tutor coordinator with the student, and then it's up to the student and tutor to make contact and to set up that initial meeting to get to know each other, and then to decide when to meet for tutoring. We recommend twice a week, for maybe like an hour to an hour and a half each.
Okay.
So our tutors work independently, but there's also support for them. We provide support if they have any questions about their student or the process. There are people available.
Okay. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm with Lisa Hammer, the Vice President of the Topeka Literacy Council, and she's been talking to us a little bit about her responsibilities within the council and what all the organization does. So can you tell us about some of the struggles that people who are illiterate face?
Yes. It's very difficult for someone who has no problem reading to imagine this, because it's sort of like breathing. We just take it for granted. But if you could imagine going into a grocery store and not being able to read a food label, or even to read the sale papers, or to be sick and not be able to read the label on the prescription bottle or the over-the-counter med, or to have your child come home from school with a book and you can't read it to them, or a note from the teacher or something like that and you're uncertain of what it says. It's very difficult. The coping skills of people who do have literacy problems really are amazing. They know they have a problem, but they just figure out ways over the years to deal with it, to get around it.
Okay. And how do you reach out to people who are illiterate?
Kara, that is difficult. It is. That's why we appreciate this opportunity, because it's visual. You're streaming live on YouTube. We just try to get word out through different organizations in town that we are available. Other nonprofit groups. Our tutors sometimes work with other organizations that may serve the population that may have literacy problems.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about some of the activities your organization hosts throughout the year?
Sure. What we do are tutor training workshops twice a year in the spring and the fall. And then we also, during the holiday season, we wrap gifts at Barnes & Noble as a fundraiser. This year, we may also be at Westridge Mall during the holiday season. We're working on that. So basically, that's it. We do host for our certified tutors. We do have a couple times a year what we call them tutor trainer gatherings, where our tutors come in and members of our training committee meet, and it's just an opportunity for our tutors to discuss any problems they may be having, or frustrations, or successes that they've had working with their student.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And What would you say is your overall goal? Your overall goal with the Topeka Literacy Council, and why is that important?
Well, what we want to do is give skills or help people acquire skills, reading and writing, to advance their economic position. Maybe they can get a better job at a higher rate of pay. Also, just for their own self-esteem. If you could imagine that you couldn't do something that it seems like every other person out there can do, to read the newspaper or look at a website and understand what it's about. So yeah, it's to raise our self-esteem of our students that we serve, and then hopefully that will lead to their economic advancement.
Okay, so how can people get involved and volunteer and become tutors?
Okay, if they're interested, just give our office a call. Our phone number is 785-234-2806. They can email us at Topeka Literacy, all one word, at juno.com, juno.com. We also have a Facebook page. Events, workshops are posted there, so if they want to follow us, what we're doing, it's at Facebook/Topeka Literacy Council.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Lisa.
Thank you very much, Kara. I appreciate it.
No problem. When we come back, we're going to hear about some latest Hollywood gossip after this.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers' dirty looks.
School's out for summer.
School's out forever.
School's out with fever.
School's out completely.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%. And it can happen in every place.
School's out for summer.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
I'm Dr. Alan Behrman, Professor of History and Dean of University Libraries. My job is to push my students, to get them to believe they can accomplish great things, and then to give them the intellectual abilities to go off and accomplish those things.
Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Discover how Missouri students can save more than $13,000 a year on tuition. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that's competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn more.
Washburn really is what brought me to the top. The professors brought out my strongest academic side and really have a focus on teaching students how to learn. I don't think that I would be where I am today without Washburn University.
Washburn is an excellent school. It has an excellent reputation no matter where you are.
After I took the tour, I knew Washburn was everything I was looking for.
Campus life was awesome. I made so many great friends.
At Washburn, I had real professors and small classes.
I'm proud to be in Ichabod. When I came to Washburn University, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and they helped me find my passion for my career. Because of Washburn University, I've gotten excellent career opportunities. I would definitely not be the person I am today if I hadn't gone to Washburn.
Discover how Missouri students can save thousands on tuition. Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that is competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn.
Due to exhaustion and dehydration. A message posted on his official website says the 89-year-old blues guitarist fell ill during a performance Friday at the House of Blues in Chicago. No details on his condition have been provided. With Veterans Day almost a month away, the Washburn Law Clinic is hosting a one-day event to give back to veterans. The clinic will be at 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday in the first floor commons of the Washburn Law Building. That's the news for now. When we come back, we'll talk about how the holiday season may be affecting your wallet this year.
I'm Dr. Alan Behrman, Professor of History and Dean of University Libraries. My job is to push my students, to get them to believe they can accomplish great things, and then to give them the intellectual abilities to go off and accomplish those things.
Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Discover how Missouri students can save more than $13,000 a year on tuition. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that's competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn more.
Washburn really is what brought me to the top. The professors brought out my strongest academic side and really have a focus on teaching students how to learn. I don't think that I would be where I am today without Washburn University.
Washburn is an excellent school. It has an excellent reputation no matter where you are.
After I took the tour, I knew Washburn was everything I was looking for.
Campus life was awesome. I made so many great friends.
At Washburn, I had real professors and small classes.
I'm proud to be an Ichabod. When I came to Washburn University, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and they helped me find my passion for my career. Because of Washburn University, I've gotten excellent career opportunities. I would definitely not be the person I am today if I hadn't gone to Washburn.
Discover how Missouri students can save thousands on tuition. Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that is competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Review, www.washburnreview.org.
Welcome back. As we mentioned before, the Washburn Law Clinic is hosting a special event this Saturday, and here's Kara with more.
Law students in the Washburn Law Clinic will be working pro bono with faculty members to help local veterans of the Topeka and Lawrence areas. Starting at 9 a.m. Saturday, the clinic is hosting its first Veterans Legal Assistant event. Students will assist with providing wills, durable powers of attorney, and healthcare directives to veterans.
This is a new event for us. It's the first time we've done anything like this.
Veterans and their families are asked to bring proof of military connection and must meet financial eligibility requirements. After potential clients are verified, they will be interviewed and must complete a screening questionnaire.
There's a section of our community that is not able to afford attorneys, and so we are able to help them without charging any fees. And hopefully we'll, bring some awareness that there is a need out there for legal services for people that cannot afford a private attorney.
Next week, law faculty will review completed screening questionnaires to determine if the law clinic can represent the potential clients. I'm Kara Potasio, reporting for KSWU.
Because clients. You can hear more about a man that is teaching students to take the lead here at Washburn. We'll be back after this.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers' dirty looks.
School's out for summer.
School's out forever. School out with fever. School's out completely.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%. And it can happen in every place.
School's out for summer.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
I'm Dr. Alan Behrman, Professor of History and Dean of University Libraries. My job is to push my students, to get them to believe they can accomplish great things, and then to give them the intellectual abilities to go off and accomplish those things.
Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Discover how Missouri students can save more than $13,000 a year on tuition. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education.
Washburn is an excellent school. It has an excellent reputation no matter where you are.
After I took the tour, I knew Washburn was everything I was looking for.
Campus life was awesome. I made so many great friends.
At Washburn, I had real professors and small classes.
I'm proud to be an Ichabod. When I came to Washburn University, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and they helped me find my passion for my career. Because of Washburn University, I've gotten excellent career opportunities. I would definitely not be the person I am today if I hadn't gone to Washburn.
All right, well, welcome back. Here in a second, we're going to hear from Kara about how a student organization on campus is bringing big changes here in October.
Law students in the Washburn Law Clinic will be working pro bono with faculty members to help local veterans of the Topeka and Lawrence areas. Starting at 9 a.m. Saturday, the clinic is hosting its first Veterans Legal Assistant event. Students will assist with providing wills, durable powers of attorney, and healthcare directives to veterans.
This is a new event for us. It's the first time we've done anything like this.
Veterans and their families are asked to bring proof of military connection and must meet financial eligibility requirements. After potential clients are verified, they will be interviewed and must complete a screening questionnaire.
There's a section of our community that is not able to afford attorneys, and so we are able to help them without charging any fees. And hopefully we'll, bring some awareness that there is a need out there for legal services for people that cannot afford a private attorney.
Next week, law faculty will review completed screening questionnaires to determine if the law clinic can represent the potential clients. I'm Kara Potasio, reporting for KSWU News. Well, one organization on campus is doing big things. Here's Carly Willis with more.
Washburn students know that your years spent here are best involved. However, one campus group truly takes the cake when it comes to student involvement. WSGA has been around for 102 years, continuing to live by their motto, Students Serving Students. WSGA is made up of a team of President Cassie White, Vice President Randy McAfee, their exec staff team, as well as the dozens of senators who help further the aims of WSGA efforts.
Homecoming is really great because it's a student-run initiative. It's chaired by a student. And there are faculty and staff that serve on the homecoming committee and help support, but I think a big university recognized event like homecoming being chaired by a student is something that our students should be proud of and our institution should be proud of too.
Beyond homecoming, WSGA is in the middle of their Can Emporia contest, the annual competition between Washburn and rival Emporia State University to see which school can raise more cans for charity. WSGA is also hosting TV star Jeff Corrin from Animal Planet for their lecture series event on October 29th at White Concert Hall.
A lot of perks to being in an executive staff. For example, we have the highest paying jobs on campus. Our office hours are incredibly flexible, and we get to do a lot of what we want. It's a super fun and quick way to actually enact change in Washburn University.
Vice President McAfee, as well as lots of student government members, have been putting in lots of hard work. Homecoming starts in February the year before. And
WSGA meets Wednesdays at 6:30 in the Kansas Room. For anyone is welcome to attend to listen in on the initiatives WSGA has in store for its students. For KSWU News, I'm Carly Willis. About 11 weeks to go until Christmas, the National Retail Federation forecasts a 4.1% increase in holiday sales over last year. The forecast projects just under $617 billion overall for holiday shopping. The forecast also anticipates an 8 to 11% increase in online sales as consumers further expand shopping options beyond the mall. These early estimates project this year to be the biggest increase in holiday sales since 2011.
If you've always wanted to leave your mark in space, here's your chance. NASA is taking names and only names into orbit. The agency wants to put your name on a dime-sized microchip board and on a spacecraft that launches December 4th. The test flight will circle Earth a few times before splashing down into the Pacific Ocean. All you have to do is enter your name and a few other details on NASA's website. The names will also fly on future NASA exploration flights and missions to Mars. Each name submitted receives a personal boarding pass, and with each flight, the name that is selected will acquire frequent flyer points. The deadline to enter for the first test flight is October 31st. All right, now let's go to weather with Fatima.
This weekend, it'll get up to the 60s. Cooler fall weather, hopefully in time for Halloween. And that's the weather for now. Back to Trevin with sports.
Thanks, Fatima. The Washburn-Ichabod football team ended a 2-game losing skid by defeating Fort Hays State 27-24 in overtime on Saturday. The Tigers put up 14 points in the first half as Washburn could only put up 7 points after a 1-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. The Bods tied the score at 14 in the third quarter on a 20-yard touchdown pass. This set up a shootout for the remainder of the game. Washburn took their first lead in the game as they went 99 yards to score a touchdown from 7 yards out. This coming off a goal line stand by Washburn's defense. The Tigers wouldn't go away though, as they tied the game at 21 with 55 seconds remaining. No further points were scored in regulation, forcing the game to overtime. The Tigers were on offense first, and all they could get was 3 points from a field goal, giving Washburn a chance to win the game with a touchdown. A pass to Daewon Beard in the end zone looked to be the winning score, but after a long conference by the officials, it was determined that Beard had not gained possession of the ball before the ball bounced out of his possession and hit the ground. Washburn had to line up at the 15-yard line and try for the end zone one more time, and this time they ran the ball into the end zone, and there was no question about the score. The Ichabods will play at University of Central Missouri at 1:30 on Saturday and try to even up their record. The 6th-ranked Washburn volleyball team improved their record to 15-1 on the season as they beat Missouri Southern on Saturday. The Bods swept the match, winning 3 straight sets. The Ichabods on the year have played a total of 54 sets and have lost only 6 of those sets. The only match where the Bods lost more than one set was when they were swept by Missouri Western State in late September. That loss to the Griffins was the only loss so far this year, and Washburn will go on a 3-match road trip and then return home to face Northwest Missouri State on the 17th and Missouri Western on the 18th. And that's it for sports. Back to Carly and Kara.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk with a guy who is in charge of the Leadership Institute at Washburn University right after this.
Don't worry, the 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers, dirty looks.
School's out for summer.
School's out forever. School's out with fever. School's out completely.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%. And it can happen in every place.
School's out for summer.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
I'm Dr. Alan Behrman, Professor of History and Dean of University Libraries. My job is to push my students, to get them to believe they can accomplish great things, and then to give them the intellectual abilities to go off and accomplish those things.
Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Discover how Missouri students can save more than $13,000 a year on tuition. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that's competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn more.
All right, welcome back to KSWU News. I'm Carly Willis, and I'm here with the director of the Washburn University Leadership Institute, Dr. Michael Gleason. Thank you for being here, Dr. Gleason.
Sure.
So what can you tell me about the Leadership Institute here at Washburn?
So at the essence, the Leadership Institute is an academic unit. We provide students educational opportunities to attain a Leadership Studies certificate or a Leadership Studies minor. In addition to the curricular programs that we run, we also have a lot of co-curricular programs that are a part of what we do, because we think that leadership development happens not only in the classroom but outside of the classroom as well. So we have a Student Leadership Council, which is a student organization. And that Student Leadership Council does all sorts of things. We have a communications division, a community outreach division, and we also have a programming division. So things from running programs for high schools to running our Leadership Challenge event to volunteering at different events across campus. So lots of different opportunities for students to learn about themselves and how they can be most successful as leaders, both during their time here at Washburn, but also once they graduate in their communities, their families, and their jobs.
Sure, wonderful. Who can earn a Leadership Studies minor or a certificate?
Really, any undergraduate student can earn a Leadership Studies certificate or a minor. Our Leadership Studies certificate is only 4 core classes, and what I like to tell students is that the first 2 classes both meet general education requirements. So our LE 100 class meets social sciences, and our 200, our ethics class, meets humanities and arts general education credit. And then our Leadership minor has students take 2 elective classes in addition to their the certificate classes, so 6 classes total.
Okay, and so how would a student learn more about how to earn the minor or the certificate?
Sure. So last year we started having what we call a Leadership Studies Certificate Minor in Orientation. And so on October 21st and October 22nd, we're going to have 2 1/2-hour sessions where students can come to the union. If they contact our office, we can give them the exact room from 12 to 12:30, and then on the 22nd from 11:30 to 12. And we'll talk with them more about their academic program and how the Leadership Studies Certificate or Minor can fit into that program. So I would just encourage them. We're in Benton, room 408, and so they can come find us to learn more information, or just email leadership@washburn.edu.
Okay, wonderful. If you're just now joining us, I'm Carly Willis here with Dr. Michael Gleason, the director of the Washburn University Leadership Institute. So you mentioned the extracurricular side being the Student Leadership Council. What goes on with that?
So really, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, the students have all sorts of opportunities to get involved. One of the things that we recognized is that it's really important for, since leadership is really pervasive, that students have the opportunity to contribute in a way that's meaningful to them. So for example, our communications team really works in promoting our programs in terms of social media, in terms of marketing materials, all of those sorts of things. Our community outreach team works to raise the funds that we need to run our Leadership Challenge event. They work to do volunteer experiences in the community. They work to help create some leadership labs. So we go into organizations in the community and observe leadership in those contexts. And then finally, our programming team works to get involved with the high schools and the elementary schools. They also run our programs like homecoming, socials. We have an orientation every semester. And so students have lots of different opportunities to get involved. And something that we're doing this year is that every month we're going to have a meeting for any student who's interested in getting involved in that particular part of our program, the co-curricular program. And so our next meeting will be on Thursday, October 30th at 8 p.m. in the Blair Seminar Room of the Living Learning Center. So I'd really encourage any student who's interested to come and to learn more about the teams and how they can get involved.
Sure, so it sounds like there's really something for everybody.
Sure.
What can you tell me, what kind of leadership labs have been going on recently where the students can observe leadership in the community?
Sure, so a couple of weeks ago we went to Forbes Field, and the students got to learn from the folks who work there what leadership looks like in the military, which is just a really interesting culture. I know you know that from some of your past experiences. So the students got to learn more about how communication works in that setting, and they got to observe the Black Hawk unit, see one take off. And so that was our first. We'll be going to Hutchinson Correctional Facility at the end of October, and so students get to observe some of the folks who work in that particular facility, but then also get to have lunch with the inmates and learn more about what leadership looks like in that setting.
Sure, and the Leadership Challenge event is something that a lot of people have heard about, but what is it in a nutshell for here at Washburn?
Sure. So one of the coolest things that we do, sort of our pillar program, is the Leadership Challenge event, and it's a program that's completely student run by our Washburn students. This year it will be April 9th and 10th, and what they will do is they will create a 2-day immersion experience. So the first day is really more of the typical conference feel, but then the second day, the students who participate in the program from off of campus will basically be challenged with some sort of leadership experience. So last year, to give you an example, these students were faced with a flash flood, and they were in the roles of community members, and they basically had to face some of the challenges associated with that. So maybe you have an upset store owner who their area wasn't as evacuated as quickly as they would like. And so in teams of 5, they have to practice effective communication, effective collaboration, and they're evaluated throughout the day. And we declare winners at the end of the day in both our high school and college division.
Okay.
And then the students are awarded based on that. And so last year we had 28 teams of 5 who participated. This coming year we're hoping for 30 teams of 5. And so our students from Washburn are responsible for raising the funds that we need for that, getting the 150 volunteers we need, helping to get the teams from the different high schools and colleges that we need, all of those sorts of things that go into that. So when the students are done participating in that event, they can put on their resume that they ran an absolutely huge event that helped others learn about leadership.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Gleason.
Yeah.
We'll be back after this with Kara to tell you about some movies that are hitting the box office this weekend.
I'm Dr. Alan Behrman, Professor of History and Dean of University Libraries. My job is to push my students, to get them to believe they can accomplish great things, and then to give them the intellectual abilities to go off and accomplish those things.
Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Discover how Missouri students can save more than $13,000 a year on tuition. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that's competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn more.
Washburn really is what brought me to the top. The professors brought out my strongest academic side and really have a focus on teaching students how to learn. I don't think that I would be where I am today without Washburn University.
Washburn is an excellent school. It has an excellent reputation no matter where you are.
After I took the tour, I knew Washburn was everything I was looking for.
Campus life was awesome. I made so many great friends.
At Washburn, I had real professors and small classes.
I'm proud to be an Ichabod. When I came to Washburn University, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and they helped me find my passion for my career. Because of Washburn University, I've gotten excellent career opportunities. I would definitely not be the person I am today if I hadn't gone to Washburn.
Discover how Missouri students can save thousands on tuition. Nationally ranked Washburn University in Topeka is offering in-state tuition for Missouri students. Just an hour from Kansas City, Washburn provides a high-quality, prestigious education for a remarkably affordable cost. You'll benefit from personal attention and outstanding academics at a price that is competitive with Missouri and Kansas public universities. Visit washburn.edu/mo to learn more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Washburn Review, www.washburnreview.org.
Hi everyone, welcome back to KSWU News. Gone Girl thrilled moviegoers this weekend. The movie took the top spot at the box office, bringing in $38 million. The film is based off the best-selling book by author Gillian Flynn. Gone Girl stars Ben Affleck as a husband whose wife who goes missing on their 5th anniversary. Horror movie Annabelle landed the #2 spot this weekend with $37.2 million. Annabelle is a demonic doll that gets her very own feature in the spin-off from The Conjuring. Denzel Washington's The Equalizer came in 3rd place with $19 million. This weekend opens several movies, including Addicted, which features a successful career woman with a loving husband and 2 adoring children that falls into a fiery affair that could be the death of her. Also heading to the box office this weekend is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. This film features the life of a grumpy boy who has everything go wrong all in one day. Dracula Untold is also coming into theaters this Friday. This horror film takes place in Romania during the Turkish invasion as Vlad goes into the greatest of lengths to fight for his homeland. This last big movie hitting the theaters is The Judge, starring Robert Downey Jr. This comedy drama follows a lawyer who heads home when his father, a judge, is implicated as a murder suspect. All of these films hit the theaters this weekend. The finalists for the movie poster for 2014 have been announced. Here's Portia Brown with more.
The 2014 Hollywood Reporter Key Art Awards finalists for Best Movie Poster of 2014 have been announced. Those who are unsure what the Key Art Awards are, the Hollywood Reporter Key Art Awards is entertainment's most recognized awards competition for advertising and communications. A few of the finalists for Best Movie Poster this year are Badwoods, directed by James Bateman, The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, directed by Francis Lawrence, X-Men, Days of Future Past, directed by Bryan Singer, and Gravity, directed by Alfonso Cuarón. The winners will be announced on October 23rd at the awards being held in Hollywood. For more information about the Key Art Awards and to view a list of all the finalists and to view a list of finalists in other categories, visit www.keyartaward.com. Portia Brown reporting, KSWU News.
The finalists will be announced October 23rd. Well, there's certainly a lot of movies going out this weekend. Carly, any of them that you want to go see?
I do. I want to go see Gone Girl. I read the book. It's wonderful. One of the best books I've ever read. Absolutely captivating. And so I've heard that the movie follows suit.
Okay, well,
what about you?
I think I want to go see that. Also, Dracula.
Yeah?
Dracula seems really interesting. I'm not into a lot of scary things, but I don't think it's going to be that scary.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Good.
Hopefully. So. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us this week. As always, we'll be live every Wednesday on YouTube from 5 to 6. You could like our Facebook page, KSWU News, and also subscribe to our YouTube as well. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.